I'm sorry. I'm sorry I broke your nose, brought you close to a freaking casket, landed blows and made you the target. See, the fact is, I'm nothing without you. You're nothing without me. You're nothing. I own you. Each tuft of that gorgeous hair, that's why I pull it. Each inch of your skin so fair, that's why I bruise it. That skirt's too short, remove it. I love you. I love you. And these blows are just how I prove it.
The girl child has never been acceptable as of equal status with the boy child. Whether you have 10 children and they're all girls, you still have to try finding another child who is hopefully going to be a boy.
Here in Kenya, mostly a male boy is given that opportunity of getting educated because they feel a male child will get a job very easily, cannot get pregnant to distract her education compared to a female girl. They feel that the female girl will get married and will be fed by the husband after she has got married. You find after they have dropped out of school, they just roam around. That's where you'll find that these boys take advantage of them.
Guys have cheap money, ready money, but that money comes with a price. If you're given 50 shillings, you have to give your body, so you have to sell your body for 50 shillings.
The people that stay around lakes, most of them, they are fishermen. Now you are a woman. Now you'll be sent to go and get fish from the lake. You'll go there, and from there you'll find men. Maybe also you need money. You'll just have to sleep with them so that they give you money as well as fish.
And then they get pregnant, and now it comes that they are being forced to get married.
If you impregnate someone's lady, whether you like it or not, you'll be forced to marry that lady. So in such marriage, they used not to go well.
The stigma of being a divorcee is too much to bear. You'll rather be beaten and you stay in the house of somebody who is providing than leaving the household and you don't know where you're going to start from.
They find it difficult. At times others go to an extent of committing suicide because they don't know what to do actually.
Our lives as ladies, is it just, to get to marriage? Then when we get to marriage, okay, what next? You need to do this so that your husband will be happy. Men don't like this, men don't like that. And I sit and I ask myself, okay, what about us?
I think the best job I've ever had is this one of empowering young women. Especially if you see somebody who is very vulnerable and becoming empowered and somebody who can stand up, speak for themselves, build their self-esteem, it fills your heart.
Tailoring helps the women by empowering them to have their own income where they can earn small amounts to sustain themselves and not to rely on their husbands.
So I want them to be aware, I want them to be empowered, I want them to be free and to speak up.
People are living in the communities where the survival is really difficult. And at times, because it is the husband who is to look for everything, so then this brings a lot of stress.
He goes, look for money, the money is not enough, coming back, meet the wife at home. Then the wife might say, you see, this is too little, and it erupts from there.
That is one of the major causes why men tend to be more violent. Culture has it that when a husband beats a wife, then that is normal because it's looked at like a disciplinary issue.
If I pass there and I find a woman being beaten, I'll be like, I'll beat her even more. Maybe she'll straighten up
because that is how I grew, knowing that people are supposed to be beaten to straighten up.
Some places where, you know, grew up in the ghettos, I will see people being emotionally violated, being degraded like that, you know, kids, women. So yes, it's something that I've seen around.
It's been rampant. Like last year, this thing of people killing each other with knives, pouring hot oil on somebody to kill them because of issues that you don't smoothen out on. Just basically, it's been a big issue, but nobody is coming out to speak about it.
Hello. Umejifunza nini?
So what we do with art performances is basically to create a safe space for conversations, especially for very sensitive topics. As an organization, wanted to inform people first to understand what gender-based violence is.
Before you go there, you find out what are the major issues that this area is having a hard time to handle.
The overall theme is gender-based violence. That's what we are discussing today.
If you see what it does to people who are close to you, or even to yourself, the trauma it causes, how much it changes you, how much you lose your self-esteem. Yeah, it does a lot to you.
Now we start forming something on it. So you try to take characters that are there so that they see themselves in that.
So if it's a student that is affected by the violence at home, we bring up a character of a student and how the person is affected. That is how we build our characters and the story.
Give me money.
Are you going to slap me again this time too?
Oh, you want me to slap you? Huh? You want me to slap you?
Good. So when you see he becomes more violent, go back to the audience, because you always need the audience. And remember, you're being a voice to many people who are within the audience. Many women. You're not just you. You're speaking on behalf of many who are being abused in their homes.
We've visited several schools, we've gone to communities, we talk to people, we interact with people.
We know we have the issues with early pregnancy. We know they have issues with the drug abuse.
The parent maybe is a bit violent and sometimes they go without eating. You find that many students, they have issues, but then they find it difficult to approach their teachers, so they never open up.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
But when you put yourself in the same level, then you find that it's very simple for them to open up because they start having that faith in you.
Weka. Weka. Ngu.
I believe it helps people relax and, you know, not make them feel like, yes, we're not talking about that serious topic. It like breaks the wall.
Find something to do before I manhandle you.
What do you mean by that?
So what is fair?
He's going to school on an empty stomach.
The same way I went.
If they can make it funny, why can't I, you know, speak about it even though it's something serious?
Was Baba Charles beating Mama Charles? No. He wasn't, right? Do you think it's something good to do in the families? No. Do you think it can bring solutions to our problems?
No. Art has a very big role. People are more comfortable to be taught through art. So it is a medium that will definitely play a significant role in terms of educating societies and communities.
My family doesn't encourage us to walk at night, mostly because our area is not that safe. And also, you know, I'm a lady, anything could happen.
They feel that when a woman is raped, then it was her fault to be raped.
What I do as a paralegal, once I receive an information that somebody has been defiled or somebody has been raped, then we advise the survivors to report these cases to the police, to go to the hospital for examination.
First, for me to get the right evidence, it must be before showering, because once they shower, the evidence is gone.
So the first thing we do trauma counseling to this client. We make her know that there are some people who still value her. She'll be given PEP, prophylaxis to prevent HIV.
Handling these cases becomes emotionally draining because you come across things that you can't believe. I was called at night, and a 6-year-old girl was defiled in the middle of the night by the father, and we had to look for transport to take this child to the health facility. I remember being disturbed completely.
I remember there was one incident where the girl was defiled and the police wanted to collude with the victim to do away with the case.
You have to pay the police to do any work involving GBV, for them to leave the station, maybe to go and arrest the perpetrator. It is dangerous to talk about the police, and I believe in Kenya nobody would be willing to talk about the police with their faces shown, because once they identify you, they'll come after you. And when they come after you, it will not be good. Most of the times, they won't even arrest you. They will. Some of them will shoot to kill, yeah.
So when the case is not proceeding, the child is still in this house, the man is still in this house. They don't come out of it.
But because most of these things affect the children from very poor families, it's very easy to go and tell a mother like that we are paying you this much. Then they say, I would rather take this money, because even if this case goes to court, the person will be arrested, but I don't see how that is helping me. So they look at money and they feel like this benefits me direct, but forgetting the impact of that act on the child, which might be with the child for the rest of her life. Some of these children become very much traumatized. If a close relative, my father or a brother or somebody very close, has done this to me, then it means anybody can do it to me. They don't trust anybody anymore.
So it's like the mother of the survivor and the mother of the perpetrator, they come, they sit together, and they negotiate on an amount they're supposed to be paid. So the survivor is left out in darkness, not even aware of what is happening.
The amount of money that has been paid from experience is as low as 2,000 Kenya shillings. And then there are cases where the money is not available, but there's animals, livestock. So they can only negotiate on how many livestock, how many cows, how many goats, and then they sort it out.
You feel so bad. It's like these people are supporting this perpetrator, because to them, it's like perpetrator has not done anything wrong.
It's very risky when you are known to be going to the police. It's like you are spying for the police. Yeah, that puts your life in danger.
If one is looking at it as a job, then you cannot do it. But if you're looking at it as a service and you feel like I'm serving my community, then that gives you the urge to continue doing it. One of the cases that has stood out, actually, the interesting thing was that the perpetrator had a lawyer, but this girl did not have a lawyer. And they just depend on the evidence that had been collected. So it reached a point where the girl was even becoming worried that she may not get justice. But with the support from the organization and the accompaniment that we gave her all these years, the girl finally got justice, and this person was sentenced to 20 years in prison. She's able to pick up and continue with life.
When they come report to you that my case is over, the perpetrator is in jail, the facial expression alone shows you that this person has healed.
If you look at even the reports, they have increased. So yes, people will say that there's increased gender-based violence, but to me, I also look at it, there's increased reporting. There is improvement, and I'm very optimistic that things might, improve for the better.
There's a tremendous progress. People are also becoming more aware of what steps they need to do.
Women are now empowered. That stigma is now coming down because she knows where to get help.
Sometimes when you think you're alone, you can't see solutions to your problem. You're always thinking of the negative, and you feel like you're carrying the whole world on your shoulder. And during our low moments, we need to know that there's someone who's, also in my situation, who's concerned about my situation. It's okay to let someone know that, I'm also going through the same thing and you're not alone in this.